What happened that night was that Gloria Ramirez was brought into Riverside General Hospital in Riverside, California on February 19th, 1994. She was suffering from cervical cancer, and when she was brought into the emergency room, she was suffering from tachycardia, which is elevated heart rate, and shortness of breath. The emergency room staff tried to sedate her, but it wasn't working, so they tried to shock her heart back into rhythm with a defibrillator. When they did that, they noticed that there was an oily sheen to her skin, and her breath had a fruity garlic smell to it. When an RN tried to take blood from her arm, it had an ammonia smell to it. A medical resident on the scene noticed manila-colored particles in the blood vial when handed to her. The RN fainted. It was taken from the room. The resident felt nauseated as well and then fainted. Another staff member of the room also passed out. At that moment, all emergency room patients had to go to the parking lot to be seen. 23 people became ill, and 5 were hospitalized afterwards. Ramirez was still in the building. Some people stayed behind to try to help her, but after 45 minutes of CPR and shocking her heart, Ramirez was pronounced dead. They said it was from the kidney failure related to her end-stage cancer, but there's a lot of suspicion that that's probably not what caused it. It was probably whatever this was. Ramirez had taken DMSO, or dimethyl sulfoxide, which helps decreasing pain since she had cervical cancer. People have said that it has a garlic-like taste, and I'm assuming if she probably ate something like a piece of fruit afterwards, that's what that fruity garlic smell came from. The autopsy concluded that there was a buildup of the solvent because of urinary blockage. There was a large amount of DMSO in Ramirez's system, but the oxygen administered when she was admitted would create DMSO2, which is dimethyl sulfone, which is known to crystallize at room temperature, and that explains the manila-looking particles in the blood. The electric shocks from the defibrillators were converted the DMSO2 into DMSO4 dimethyl sulfate, which is an extremely poisonous gas, which would kill her, and she would die from that.
Gloria Ramirez was a 31-year-old woman who grew up in Southern California. She was diagnosed with cervical cancer, so was no stranger to hospital visits. However, her visit to Riverside General Hospital would be her last, and it would also give her the name, the Toxic Lady.